Hi everyone, this is Lynn from Mockingbird in Maine, and I am very excited to show you my latest junk journal tome. I do have some custom orders that I'm going to be working on, but I wanted to finish this one and get the video uploaded because this is for the Nick the Booksmith Classics Challenge. Thank you, Nick. This was so much fun to work on. I chose A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare, and I've done a little inset on the cover with a Arthur Rackham image of the fairy queen, some muslin and some cheesecloth and a little trim, leaf trim, a flat spine with some spine ridges, and the blue I mixed myself. I was trying to go for the summer night sky look, and then I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but I have distressed it with a copper metallic paint, and I just love the look of that. It measures 6 inches wide by about 8 3/4 inches tall, and the spine is almost 2.5 inches. It has 6 signatures. I have not counted the pages yet, but I will, and put that down in the description below, and it will be listed in my Etsy shop. I'm not sure if it will be today, tonight, or maybe tomorrow. I'll put that down in the description as well. It has a lot going on, a lot of fabrics and laces and ribbons and seam binding and charms and threads hanging. I am by no means any kind of Shakespeare expert, but I do enjoy this play. It's one of his comedies, and I'm not even going to try to explain the story because a true Shakespeare scholar would probably cringe, but there amongst the characters are the fairies, and my intention when I started this journal was to take you through the whole play from beginning to end, and as fairies will do, the fairies have taken center stage over the other characters, but the gist of it is there are a few couples. There's some unrequited love, there's some mistaken identity, there is a love potion that one of the fairies, Puck, creates that you sprinkle on the person's eyelids while they're sleeping, and when they wake up, the first person they see, they fall in love with. That same fairy turns someone into a donkey, and in amongst all that chaos, there is a play being rehearsed, and at the very end, there are 3 weddings. So that's my short synopsis of the play. I'm going to go look inside. I have included a lot of tucks and pockets in this journal. I have not put something in all of them, but at the end of the video I will show you I've created a little packet full of additional journaling cards and tags that whoever gets this journal will also get to use and put where they would like. In the front cover, we have a lace pocket with a journaling card with a fairy and a fern leaf. And then this paper has little gold dots on it, just kind of reminded me of fairy lights. And I've sewn on the back cover as well around the edge. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but also with a metallic copper thread. We have lace on the first signature here and a little garment pin with a star charm, and right inside a journaling card with lace at the top, coffee dyed paper. All the paper is coffee or tea dyed. I've also created throughout the book several little collages with papers and parts of the play and fabrics and laces, and I've included these little words here and there that also relate to the story. In my mind, I'm thinking all these little bits and pieces that we'll see as we go through are things the fairies have found and collected and wanted to save in their book. This is a resist created when the paper was drying in the oven. I had a paper doily on top of the coffee stained paper and it created that. I love that. I've also included pages from the actual play that I have out of a Shakespeare book that I have tea dyed, and this is the cast of characters. This is some scrapbook paper that I tea dyed, but this is actually Romeo and Juliet on there. Music sheets I've included. I've also tried to stay within the theme of the story or related it to what was happening in the play. So we've got At Nightfall. Here I have made a Franken page that on the other side, let me grab something, is a tuck spot. Digital stamping with Queen Elizabeth I. That's when Shakespeare was writing during the Elizabethan era. Here is one of the collages with some gold tissue paper, stamping, a bit of the play, and some lace. I've also included quotes from the play. And here's an Edith Holden page that's actually Midsummer Day. That's why I included that one. I thought that was perfect. Make sure I'm in frame. I've done some stamping throughout the book as well. I love the look of that. Tea dyeing. Here is a pocket with a journaling card with a collage on that. And the other side of the music paper. There's the page from the play. Here is an envelope that I have tea dyed, and this is a tuck with a little wax seal, and inside the envelope is your invitation to the 3 weddings and the play at the end of the play. And this is, extra journaling paper. Here we have a little safety pin with some glass beads and one that's sparkly like copper and blue and like the night sky. This is a journaling card with a paper clip and a little charm, and I've made a paper ruffle from part of the play. And this is 2 of the characters, the one that poor guy who was turned into a donkey, and the Queen of the Fairies, Titania, who fell in love with him. A little collage on the back. Dream Fancies. I've included a Audubon page with owls. Most of the story takes place in the forest at night, so I thought that was appropriate. Here is a flip up with some ribbon and some lace, also tea dyed. Another quote. And included also a couple of dictionary pages with words that pertain to the story as well. So this is dream. We have some metallic ribbon there. Another little bit that the fairies found and had to keep. Another collage. Another page from the play. Some stamping. Here is a double pocket. This is 3 characters, Lysander and Hermia, and Puck the fairy, Robin Goodfellow, also known as Puck. This artist is Paul Konewka. I'll put his name down below. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, but he did silhouettes, and I want to say it was the 1800s, and he did a few that were from this play. This is another Arthur Rackham, the King and Queen of the Fairies, journaling card, and another little fairy journaling card from stamping. I've done a lot of sewing in this one as well, which I really enjoyed, and probably the most sewing I've done in any journal that I've made so far. Here's a little ribbon, tea dyed with arrows, back to the reference to Cupid in the play. Some gold bits, a little paper ruffle, and a flip out with a little stamp. This oak tree seed, I believe. My Nana used to say you could make a wish with those. I wanted to include that. Here's a tuck with a little crown, charm on a paper clip and an envelope I made. Secrets. This is not sealed, so it's additional journaling space. Or you could put a photo in there and hide it away. I've also done some stenciling with distress inks. Here's a vellum pocket with a little journaling card with a glittery butterfly, backed with coffee dyed paper, and the other side of the Audubon book. Here we have a double tuck on the corners and an envelope I made with a page from the play. This is muslin that I've tea dyed, ruffle, and a little garment pin with a bit of lace and a little bit of gold ribbon. And inside I've included a journaling tag that I made. There is a lot of journaling space in this. Here is a petal from a hydrangea with a little glass bead. And a pocket here, and a tuck, and another little journaling tag. And this paper, very pretty, has little fairies on it. Some stamping. The potion that Puck makes, the love potion, is made from what they called a flower, love and idleness, and what we would call Johnny Jump Ups or violets. So I wanted to include a page from a floral book with violets. Another page from the play. Here is a tuck made from a doily, some more gold, another doily tuck, and this is the fairy Puck. Lord, what fools these mortals be, observing the human characters. Here is I guess that's Old English, the play, one of the original variations of it. Moonlight. This page is from a fairy book that I have. And this is the Fairy Queen with a little poem. And a little collage here with ribbon and a button and some lace. Here we have a tuck. And the other half of that doily. We have some beautiful green dyed seam binding with some bling. The fairies found a little bit of sparkly bits that they had to hang on to. And more there. The other side of the flower book page. Another little collage. And this is one of my favorite quotes. Not just Shakespeare quote, but in general. And though she be but little, she is fierce. Love that. Another pocket. And here I've done a belly band with gold ribbon and attached a little small booklet that I've also created with some scraps, a little flip out, and some fabric. And that'll just clip right onto that belly band. This, if this bothers you, it just comes right off. It's on a little eyelet with a garment pin, and you can just take it right off. It's not too heavy, but if it gets in the way. The trim on here was white. I tea dyed it, and I love it. It looks like leaves. And it took the tea dye so nicely. Here's another Arthur Rackham that I've turned into a journaling card. And this is the fairy Puck with the character's name is Bottom. That Puck turned into a donkey. I've added a tab with some muslin, some lace, and some gold fabric. This is one of the Tim Holtz clips that I have added a button and some tea dyed string to. Cute. I've stamped here. You could add a photo or journal inside of that. Another page from the play. This is a very old music cover and music sheet inside, and it's the Fairy Polka. So I've turned it into 2 pockets. I've just added some washi just for some more stability because it is a little bit fragile. Here's another little collage. At the top here, I've threaded some of that leaf trim through the holes at the top of the paper. And here's the Fairy Queen calling to her fairy attendants, come here, Peace Blossom, Cobweb Moth, and Mustard Seed. I love their names. And this is them. And they're hiding. That's their wings peeking out. They're hiding from the Queen. and that's also a tuck. Another Edith Holden with the violets. The King and Queen of the Fairies crowns. Oberon and Titania, I guess that's how you pronounce them. Here I've threaded in just a strip of paper from one of the pages of the play. This is the other side of that. Music with the pockets and some gold. And here's some beautiful orange, rusty orange velvet ribbon that I've sewn on. And another quote. And at the end of the signature we have a pocket I've stamped on here with a journaling card, the little flower petals as the tab. And this one we have some blue seam binding that I've sewn on, and I love this little charm. This is the moon, the moon face. Here's a pocket. I love this paper as well with the fairies. And a journaling card with, reminds me of a crown a little bit. It's part of a table runner that I cut up. In the gloaming, and gloaming is dusk, twilight. So I thought that that was also appropriate. This is just some washi tape that has some gold and flowers in it on the edge there, and I kind of like that it goes a little bit that blue. And here's another man in the moon. And the gold lettering here on this paper just reminded me of the fairies again, like it's their writing. Another page from the play that's been tea dyed. Here's another tab and little collage. Here's a pocket with some fairy dust, some glitter, gold glitter. And that just tucks right in here. Little journaling spot there. Here is another image from that fairy book of the Fairy Queen. Just beautiful. Some button and seam binding on it. This scrapbook paper I tea dyed, and I've never had this happen before, but the colors came through. And I just love how that looks. We've got some little gold bits here and another little journaling area or photograph. I've stenciled here, and then I've added in this the holes some cheesecloth. This is a little tuck. And here's some more of that metallic ribbon, and that's a flip out. And here's another quote. This is some tapestry fabric that I had, and I've created a little collage there. And this is a fabric flip up with a secret tuck underneath, and you could put whatever you like in there. I've just included an image of the Globe Theater, the theater where Shakespeare's plays were performed, and it's just some more journaling space. In the last signature we have a charm here, a key, two charms on a garment pin, a key and a heart. The weddings take place at the end of the play, and the key to my heart. I just thought that was, and some pretty lace there. And here's a big pocket, and here is another Old English version of the 1609 version of the play. And I've put this on a little clasp and added some pages from the play, some vellum, some journaling space on there. And this music is the wedding march from Midsummer Night's Dream. Thought that was perfect. Another little collage with some muslin. Here are some Elizabethan wedding guests. Another page from the play and some Edith Holden, and another quote. And here I've threaded in some tea-dyed muslin. This dictionary page is illusion. Some stamping. Here's a Franken pocket. I just sewed together some scraps and made it into a pocket. And here's another page from that fairy book. It's Puck's Blessing from the play for the weddings, for the 3 marriages. Some seam binding. Another little collage and some more muslin. Some stenciling there. The other side of that Edith Holden, so pretty. And some more tea-dyed paper. This paper, I used a technique I saw Mrs. Cog do here on YouTube recently, and her tea dyeing technique is by far my favorite to use. I don't think I'll do any other method. It was so efficient, and the colors came out so beautiful, and it's just so simple. But go check her out and watch her tutorial, and I just love the colors that came out. This is a tuck, and this is Puck's at the end of the play speaking to the audience, as if the audience watching the play has been dreaming as well. So I love that. And another pocket. And here is the end of the book. The big pocket here, and William Shakespeare's signature. It's terrible. It's a mess, but that's his signature. And that is it. So whoever does get this journal will also receive with it this little packet of goodies. I've tea dyed that arrow ribbon and included tags and journaling cards that, because there's so many spots in there, that you can put wherever you like. So we have one here with a pocket, and then on the back there's a vellum pocket with some more glittery paper, lace tab there, and some trim, a journaling card here backed by coffee dyed paper, a little tag, another little tag I've distressed, journaling card. I love this paper. Here he is, William Shakespeare. You could also journal on the back of that. And I made a little envelope out of one of the pages from the play, sealed it with a wax seal. There's nothing inside, and you could leave it as is and just tuck it in as an embellishment, or you could open it up and hide something in there. Another journaling card, and another journaling tag, part of the play, with some gold and the word Sprite, and then some journaling space on the back. And here, I got this off of a Shakespeare study website, and this is, printed it out on the coffee dyed paper. This is the synopsis of the play, in more detail than I went into, but less detail than actually reading the whole play. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and the journal. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. And I will be back with more videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.